Greetings, this is Tanaka Rodney Chindomu representing Golden Cloud Network, and today we're going to be talking about agriculture as a business, specifically the 3 most profitable crops to farm in Zimbabwe today. So background, agriculture is a cornerstone of the Zimbabwean economy. 12% of the GDP of Zimbabwe comes from agriculture. So this presents us an opportunity for us to capitalize from this motion that is taking place in this sector. So what do you need to know for you to start to participate in this type of business? Number 1 is something that we already mentioned, the type of crops that you have to farm. So let's break down each and every one of these crops. So as we do that, we're going to be looking at 3 main factors. Number 1, demand. These crops have high demand on the market. Number 2, production costs. These crops have sustainable production costs that are manageable, especially for beginners. And number 3, market price. These crops can be sold at a fair market price that guarantees fair sales. So let's get into it. Number 1, sugar beans. Sugar beans is preferred or highly recommended because it is a consistent crop. Sugar beans is a crop that adds fertility to your soil. Sugar beans is a crop that can produce 2 to 3 tons of sugar beans on 1 hectare of land. That means that you can maximize on the output that you produce with sugar beans. And sugar beans is also one of the largely consumed commodities in the country when it comes to legumes. 30% of the population consume sugar beans as the most preferred legume in the country. So let's move on to the second crop. The second crop is turmeric. Turmeric has high value because it is one of the crops that is exported in the country. A lot of people want turmeric, especially in Europe, because of its medicinal properties. So turmeric has guaranteed sales if you practice its agricultural processes. Let's talk about turmeric a little more. Turmeric is preferred because it is suitable in poor quality soils. We're talking about sandy soils. You can grow turmeric in sandy soils. So these sandy soils are usually devalued on the market. So you can capitalize this and grow turmeric on these types of soils. Turmeric is also preferred because it is drought resistant. It is a drought resistant crop. There are regions in the Zimbabwean country which don't have or receive enough rainfall. These types of regions can grow turmeric and profit from it. So with turmeric, you can make up to $20,000 to $60,000 on 1 hectare of land, right? And most people grow 8 hectares of land, which produces the mentioned amount of money that we've just mentioned. So let's move on to the third and final crop, which is maize. Maize has an advantage that it is the staple food or the staple crop of Zimbabwe. That means that a lot of people will need maize. That means that if you grow maize, you're going to have guaranteed sales. Although the market might be a little bit flooded because that's the crop that everyone is growing in the country. So the profit yields may not be as high as sweet beans and turmeric, but they may be rather moderate. But the government has shifted policies and enforced the policy that encourages the government itself and other millers to buy locally before they import maize. That means if you grow maize, you're definitely going to get to sell it, but the price may be a bit moderate because of the number of people that will also be growing that maize. So these are the 3 most profitable crops in Zimbabwe. Let's move on to what you need to know if you want to take part in agriculture in Zimbabwe. There are 4 main areas that you have to look at. Area number 1, land access. There are different ways in which you can access land in Zimbabwe. You can buy land so that you can own it privately, or you can lease land from people who already own it privately so that you can take part in the necessary agricultural process. Number 3, you can also use communal lands. We all have rural areas where we come from. So you can take part in the land that is already available in your family name and participate in agriculture and produce a lot of maize or turmeric or sweet beans that you can sell on the market for a profit. Okay, besides land access, what else are we looking at? We're also looking at the soil types, soil fertility. So how do you determine soil fertility? You have to test this soil. When you're testing for soil, what are you looking at? You're looking at pH and you're looking at nutritional content. So when you know the pH levels of your soil, when you know the nutritional content of your soil, you know exactly which crop you have to grow on that soil, because some crops favor certain pH and some crops favor certain nutritional contents. So you have to know this before you start growing the crop that you've chosen to grow. What else? Step number 3, you have to look at seed selection. Seeds come in different types. Most of the seeds are already processed, and when they are processed, they are certified according to certain standards. Most of these standards center around 2 facts. Are they disease-free, or are they drought resistant? So you have to know, you now already have your land and you already done the test on the soil on your land. You now have to determine which seeds better fit the type of soil that you're going to be growing your crops on, and that's where seed selection comes. So seed selection is very crucial, and you need the mentioned information for you to make the best choice. And the last factor to consider is equipment. You have to know the equipment that you need to use on the land that you have acquired. So there are 3 main types of equipment that you need when you want to take part in agriculture as a beginner. Number 1, there are the plowing equipment. Number 2, there is the harrowing equipment. And number 3, there is the irrigation equipment. These are the 3 essentials. So once you have secured this equipment and once you have covered these 4 bases, you'll be ready to start. And trust me, the data says it, and everyone can testify to that fact that agriculture in Zimbabwe is profitable, and this is what you need to know for you to get started. If you want to grow crops for exports, that means that you need export permits, and if you need information on how to acquire this permit, you can go to the Ministry of Agriculture, and you'll definitely find people who can assist you on how to get this permit. So this concludes this presentation. Thank you so much for your time. We hope that you learned something. Like, share, and subscribe.